Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk a little bit about cautionary tale about being involved with a married woman in the Philippines. A lot of guys just don't even realize that she's married. A lot of guys take the risk and do it anyway. Well, we're going to discuss that much further in this video. Stick around. Alright, so guys, the first story I want to talk about is an American was arrested in the Philippines, a 71-year-old guy. I'm not going to disclose the name or anything. You guys can Google the article if you'd like. Well, he murdered his girlfriend and put her in one of those big, like one of those big chemical barrels or the big water barrels. What happened is, I guess he had been paying for her house for her, I think over 1 million pesos, around 20,000 US dollars or so. And he found out that after he built a house and he's got this relationship with her, he found out that she was married with a kid when she had said that she was single and had no children. This does not excuse murder, of course. You can see how a situation can go awry because of this, but this case just reminds me of things that could happen vice versa too. And I'll show you another article, but yeah, this guy just went overboard. Obviously he was upset that his girlfriend was actually lied to him and said that she was married and had a kid when she had said she was single. And he spent all this money building her house and all of that, but this could happen vice versa too. Now, you could have been the one with the married Filipina, and the husband of her could find out, and who knows what he could do. You know what I mean? Or jail time even. And I want to show you an example. This was just here in Negros. This happened back on May 13th, which is just a couple of days ago. The news article came out. Now, this one here happened on May 4th at the beginning of this month, but a teacher with her lover boy busted by hubby. And this was in Negros. Apparently, she was caught in the act by her husband on May 3rd around 9:50 in the evening. The teacher, her name was Sweetie. There's a lot of, it cracks me up. You'll find a lot of Filipinos. Some of them will be named Honey, Sweetie, like these terms of endearment for names. But she was married, and she was arrested together with her boy, the guy that she was cheating with. And he went to the police station. He said there was a suspicious person inside their residence, and they were caught inside the bedroom suspected of having an illicit activity. The husband showed video. And the case of the crime of adultery is under Article 333, is now being readied for the suspects. So here they are in jail. And that is for cheating. That doesn't happen in a lot of countries, but it does in the Philippines. You have to be careful. We'll talk more about it in a second here, but this last thing I just want to show you the penalty for adultery in the Philippines. It is considered a crime. It's punishable by imprisonment of 6 months to 4 years. The penalty for adultery is heavier if the offended party is the husband of the woman. So the husband will be in more trouble than the girl would be. If the husband of the woman is the one who committed adultery, he can be sentenced to imprisonment of 2 to 6 years. The girl can get off with a lighter sentence. I don't know about that, but yeah, and then the bail is set typically for around 36,000, which is not that much for a foreigner, really, but maybe 30,000. You do not need to be present for your mistress or concubine to be released on bail, or your concubine. A man who has sex with a woman whom he knows or has reason to believe to be the wife of another man without the consent or connivance of the man is guilty of violation. But yeah, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it is a chargeable offense and a heavier penalty for the guy. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs about it. I'm not going to get into any kind of discussion about that. You'd have to consult with an attorney. But let's talk a little bit more about this. Now, as most of you know, divorce is not possible in the Philippines. It has not been finalized, even though I think it has passed to a certain point, but it hasn't made it all the way past, I think, the Supreme Court or something. And whether it'll ever happen, who knows? I don't know. But there are a lot of women in the Philippines who are married, who, for whatever reason, maybe they thought they were in love, they married because they had a baby together. And it is very common to run into Filipinos who are legally married, but it doesn't work out for whatever reason. And typically what will happen is because they don't want to risk being turned in by one another or each other's families. So usually the husband, maybe the wife, will go take off. Maybe if the wife is in Manila, and the husband will go move to Davao and Mindanao or something, and then they will create their own separate life, and they usually will stay off of social media with their partners for that reason alone. They don't want to be in trouble, so they keep their lives private and they go live in a separate island. That is very common in the Philippines. It happens a lot. I've run into so many Filipinos who will say, yeah, I'm married, but they will still date on the side. Or they're in a relationship, but very quietly. Now, surprisingly, you wouldn't believe how many foreigners I know who are with married Filipinos. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Again, you know, it's not something I would be willing to risk. You do have to be careful there. I don't want to say a large majority or anything, but there is certainly a small amount of Filipinos who will lie and tell you that they don't have kids, or maybe they have 3 kids, but they'll tell you they only have 1 kid. Or they will lie and they will tell you they are single, they're not married. So you have to be careful with that. Just like anything, you need to go into a relationship cautiously and build trust over time. You just don't put all your trust out there immediately. It is not, in my opinion, it is not disrespectful, or in my opinion, it should be okay to ask each other for Senomar, or the husband to go down or the boyfriend to go prove his, divorce. I showed my divorce papers, not that she really needed to see it, but I showed it to her just so she's got the peace of mind. And, Maya's got her Senomar, so I know she's not married. And it's okay to help build the trust between each other by showing these things, If you're going to spend the rest of your life with each other, and you might get married down the line, and you're going towards a serious relationship, then I don't think it is disrespectful to be asking for a Senomar of the girl that you're interested in. By all means, do it. It is not that difficult to get a Senomar. You can do it online now. It's very easy to do. It's, heck, pay for it for the girl. I think it costs like 300 pesos or something like that, 400 pesos. It's very inexpensive. Maya did it, and we had it back in like a week or so. And I did it as well. And I went down, and you can go to an attorney's office and get a legal consent form, which you need to get married anyway. But guys, be cautious. Don't just trust immediately. If there's any kind of red flag, like you see pictures of a baby on her Facebook, yeah, by all means, question it. See what's going on. Ask for a Senomar. Take things cautiously, because no, I'm not going to tell guys. I've got some friends who are with girls who are married, and they are as happy as can be. And I don't foresee any problems, but I wouldn't myself take the risk of it. I wouldn't do it. As you can see from these articles, that you could end up in jail in a Filipino prison for a couple of years, 2 to 6 years for the guys. It could be a source of the ex-husband or something blackmailing you. If he found out that this foreigner's with his wife, even if he's not interested in her anymore, he could blackmail you. Something to be cautious about, something to be leery of. Again, if you need that peace of mind, and I wouldn't blame anybody for it, require her to get a Cenomar. If you're going to enter into a serious relationship, pay the 300 or 400 pesos to do it online with her. Go through it, do it, pay the fee. She'll have it back in a week, and then you're good to go. You can feel comfortable, and you've already, you already know then that she's truly single. And guys, don't be afraid if you're going to enter into a serious relationship, vice versa as well. Maybe show your divorce paper as well. Why not? Anyway, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are, but comment down below. As usual, if you guys are interested in coming out or living in the Philippines, check out my website, geointhephilippines.com, where you can check out my geo travel essentials, things I highly recommend that I personally use for living or traveling to the Philippines. You can also book a consultation by clicking the Book a Consultation tab. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.